Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Happy Cat Crypto here. So without a doubt, you guys have all seen, and I've given you some time to process before I put this video up. And if you haven't seen the proposal, final white paper kind of summary, then you're going to see it now. So let's jump over to Medium and let's have a little listen to the article.
Alex, Ed, Max proposal,
and try not to freak
USTN
out.
Final
Okay,
version
go
summary.
into it with an
Twitter,
open mind.
at 4lex_4sh4w_tr. Our final proposal, after a couple rounds of made
As openly possible as you possibly can, because there's going to be some hard hitters in this, but like I said, go into it as open-minded as you can, guys.
major changes from its original white paper, is outlined below. Net/net. 150 BN lunk burned immediately, 50 BN lunk re-minted to restock Oracle rewards contract. Net burn 100B. 35 BN, est, lunk can be split between additional burning, additional BTC for the reserve, developer compensation/funding, or other basic, badly needed ecosystem support. Oracle rewards pool decreased from 295B to 50B. Oracle rewards pool replenishment begins. It's currently draining to zero with no replenishment because the swap mechanism is broken, which will generate sustainable LT income for validators versus unsustainable status quo.
Oh, I'm going to pause it there, and I'm just going to quickly say to you guys that this point here is a bit naughty throwing it in there. From our calculations, it will last for around 1.5 years, as to which there are ways that it can be funded, just rerouting taxes and repurposing, you know, a percentage of the burn tax. There's many ways to do it, but there's a lot of liquidity in the rewards pool, and this means decreasing it from 295 to 50 billion. That doesn't leave us with a lot of leeway, in my opinion, for error. And we should always treat everything with as Mason's law, that anything that can go wrong will go wrong. So as you can see here, and the reason why I'm pausing it and breaking it down as we go through is to give you a better contrast as to exactly what this means. So it means that his proposal will burn 150 billion LUNC immediately, and then 50 billion will be reminted to restock the Oracle rewards contract, meaning there'll only be 100 billion burn anyway. From what I can see, this is kind of thrown in to sweeten the deal. It's like a deal sweetener. And then the sucky part being the rewards pool. But we're going to keep going because there's a lot of good stuff about this whole change and the major changes surrounding this.
135 meters USTN, est, enters circulation, backed by USD $83 million, est, of BTC and new capital controls.
And remember guys, if we create a new coin, even if it is an algorithmic fungible token, we still need to get it listed on every single exchange that USTC is listed on, more or less. Let's keep going.
Controls. Details. Launch an algorithmic fungible token successor to UST, which I have called USTN, to make a complete legal break from any debt obligations or securities assignment that courts may assign to USTC based on prior mistaken marketing of UST in the past. Enable the USTN lunk two-way swap with very tight initial capital controls which loosen over time, causing any immediate USTN sellers to be heavily taxed by the protocol on their way out. Remove all the lunk in the Oracle Rewards Distributor smart contract and exchange it for $83 million of direct. Airdrop $135 million USTN, 83M.6, backed by the $80 million of TBTC, to lunk holders only, directly proportional to how much lunk you own. 1, 2, 3. As the $135 million USTN is minted in a re-enabled swap, the reactivated swap would burn around $55 million US, 185B lunk. The Oracle Rewards Distributor would start to be refilled as the new USTN enters usage. Instead of burning 185B lunk immediately, burn 100 BN 135 BN, and put the remainder, I'm suggesting 50 BN lunk here, but like any other parameter this split is up to governance, into the Oracle Rewards Distributor so that stakers and validators can still get nicely rewarded for doing the necessary work to keep the chain running. The USTN's BTC collateral will be managed by a tranche-based decentralized reserve system, as outlined in Section 5 of our original white paper. We will discuss its details in a separate white paper.
So just going to pause it there. So pretty much there is going to be a bit of a hit in my opinion, and this is now retracing, as you can see here in step 2, is having a two-way swap between USTN and LUNC, and I feel like this is going to push towards a mint to burn or burn to mint situation. Now the airdrop in itself is going to be it's going to have its own issues surrounding it, and you'll hear about that at the end. So there is a good positive to this, and there's a good amount that could be burned, but then there's also this issue in the back of my head, and I'm playing both sides of the team here, and I'm trying to get it from as many angles as possible for you guys. And you know, this is all, as long as everything goes to plan, we get the listings on all the exchanges, USTN gains value, and the airdrop goes according to plan. So let's keep listening.
Paper. If you're a LUNC holder, there will be some sell pressure as the protocol slowly sells the 240 BN LUNC for BTC. Around half of the
That in itself is another huge hit, selling off 240 billion Luna Classic in a painful slow sell-off is not good. It's not good, and I know LUNCDAO will feel the same about this. Minting any coins on any level is a kick in the nuts, but the good thing about the minting of this is it's a remint, so they'll burn the coins and then remint 50 billion, which in itself is kind of strange. For me, it's like a deal sweetener. It's kind of there to lure you in.
This will be reversed when the protocol's minting of the first 130M-ish USTN into circulation, which will be airdropped to LUNC holders, burns LUNC supply. Total LUNC supply will drop by 100 BN. If you're a LUNC staker or validator, your staking yields will drop from their very elevated levels to something lower. However, the rewards will be sustained by a functioning, re-enabled swap. If you're a USTC holder,
so not only are your yields going to drop, but validators' yields are going to drop as well. Validators that have already run for a very long time at a complete loss. Not all of them, but you know, most of them. So we're going to keep listening. There is positives in here, and they've presented themselves. I don't need to point them out, and it's the fact of getting round USTC in general and moving away from it, which I think is a really good point. But there seems to be a lot of leaps of faith, so to speak.
Nothing. 1. I, probably in conjunction with Ed and whomever else wants to join, will advocate a separate proposal at a later date to help USTC holders who want to stay within the system. However, this issue is far more contentious than the issue of how to structure the best AFT for the protocol, and we made a big mistake trying to solve both issues at the same time. 2. The protocol should discuss the implementation of this. Sexes always have severe problems with airdrops, and we will need to make an assessment if sexes are equipped to properly airdrop to their unsex holders. They probably won't, so we should cooperate with the sexes to encourage users to temporarily or permanently migrate their assets to the chain to be airdrop eligible. 3. Large sexes are key long-term partners of our protocol and shouldn't be threatened under any circumstances. This needs to be as constructive as possible. Alex, Ed, Max proposal, hashtag.
Okay, so we can stop it there, and then we can also add on the fact that the airdrop could go wrong, and we're probably going to have to encourage users to move off CEXs on chain temporarily. But it's not as easy as just saying that. I mean, everybody here in the HCC community knows how much work we put into two tutorial videos, and it's not as simple as just, you know, getting people to move over. I find that there's a lot of leaps of faith with this summary. I feel like there is a lot of, you know, kind of like dangling a carrot off of a fishing rod in front of a horse whilst you're playing Zelda, getting the horse to run along. And I have to be honest when it comes down to these things, because, you know, I'm part of this community as much as anyone else is, and I feel like my opinion does actually matter to a certain extent. And I know that, you know, there's a lot of ifs, buts, and coconuts inside this, and I could write them out, but I think we've outlined them pretty well. And I don't think minting is an issue with this, because ultimately it doesn't really matter. You know, they're going to burn 150 billion, then remint 50 billion of what they just burned. So, you know, we're no better or worse off. The Oracle pool reward system is a big hit. There's certain people that will agree with me that that is a big hit, like a really big hit. And then, like, if everything fails, okay, in the worst case scenario, it all fails. We're then left with a rewards pool of 50 billion, and we're in a way worse position than we were initially. So I'll be interested to see how you guys react to this. I've been watching the comments on the actual post that Alex put up, trying to gauge how you guys feel, and it's kind of mixed opinions, and I feel like people aren't digesting this enough. So yeah, honest opinion there on that one, guys. Kind of playing both sides of the ballpark. It could all go correctly. We could have a new coin, and people who sit there and go, you know, if you're a USTC holder, nothing. But what I say to USTC holder is go watch the coinage interview and look at TFL's plan to repay you guys, and then go and look at the TFL Guard's Twitter handle, and they made a post recently explaining and outlining what they're doing, and they've been trying to gain snapshot data for, you know, nearly 5 months now. So you can understand from how much issues they're having exactly how much issues, you know, Terra Rebels would have with doing an airdrop of this size, this substantial. And yeah, it's not like it's there's pros and cons to everything, folks. Let me know what you think in the comments section. I wanted to get this out there. I was proper sat there like, don't do it, Jay, don't do it, Jay, don't do it, Jay. But at the same time, like, you know, I've got to be honest. I've just got to be honest, and I feel like this could be reworked in a different way. And this is why I kind of like Zardar's idea, because it seems like very slow and steady. We'll traverse things as we get to them. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves, so to speak. So be interesting to see how this one pans out. And yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section. If you haven't subscribed there, consider subscribing, guys. Consider dropping a like on the way out. It really does help support the channel, help us grow, and help us reach more people. And it helps me stay in this seat financially, because, you know, as I've said, you know, many times, this is our full-time job here at HCC, and it's a lot of work and effort doing what we do. So do stay safe out there, guys. I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Beware of scammers, doppelgangers, anybody pretending to be me, and I'll catch you in the next one. Shoo!